Yo, so what is up, guys? So Apple is planning to hold another WWDC just like they always do. This one is the 2025 version, and the rumor is that it's a sneak peek of new operating systems. And so the WWDC itself will be June 9th on apple.com or on YouTube, wherever you prefer to listen to your podcast to. I'm sure you will find an episode about it in Apple Podcasts. But let's talk about it. So June 9th will be the actual keynote, 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 Eastern. So definitely want to mark a calendar if you want to watch Apple's new keynote of what they're going to reveal and how you can be the next person to have the next version of iOS and macOS. So let's talk about it. So first of all, Apple's planning to do a new redesign for their naming scheme. So iOS 19 is what's actually supposed to be coming out this year, will actually possibly be called iOS 26, following the fiscal year of 2026. I think this is just because they're getting too high up in numbers and they just want to be able to, easily change the name and not have to worry about, oh, we're on iOS 20 and, we're on iOS 200, I think that's definitely the reason why they're changing the whole naming scheme up. It's definitely going to be a little bit different, but it will still be the same new operating system that you're going to be expecting from Apple. The iOS 26 version will actually be more focused on Vision OS, as you can see in the invite. It looks very glassy, it looks glossy, it has the rainbow Apple WWDC. We hope that means they're working on Apple Intelligence. We don't think they are, but WWDC is the developers conference, and so iOS 26 will get a little bit of a redesign, possibly one of the biggest overhaul redesigns from iOS 7, basically marking a new generation for iPhones. This will be a more Vision OS style redesign where the icons will be circular, things will show up as more transparent, and I think, you could see this coming with how the Control Center already looks, but Control Center will also be a little bit changed up with different icons, and of course it will look more transparent, and you can actually see it probably through your wallpaper, and so that'll be pretty neat. Apple's also, been focusing on seeing wallpapers and different things like that in the past couple of years, and so definitely something to look out for. Apple's also expected to be launching their own gaming app to possibly advance the use case of Apple Arcade, because I guess not a lot of people want to play Apple Arcade, especially me. So Apple's also expected to, increase the advantages of Apple Arcade, possibly bring more apps to Apple Arcade. Same thing goes for iPadOS 26. It will have a new redesign as well as the gaming app for iPad. macOS. So this year is macOS Sequoia. Next year will this past year, Sequoia. Next year will be macOS Tahoe. And so Apple normally has a way of naming their macOS systems, and so they'll probably have some crazy story to tell about how they went from the Sequoias all the way up to California and Tahoe. I actually went to the Sequoia National Park, throw up a picture. Thank you, editor. But it was a super cool experience. Definitely tall trees, thought that I was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. If you've ever seen that movie, goofy movie. Anyway, cool movie. macOS Tahoe will also be getting the same redesign. It will be getting probably, I hope, a more advanced version of Apple's so-called gaming app. One of the things that I'm really expecting and I really want to see is like the Finder app to get a little changed up to be more transparent, to where you should be able to, see your photos or different things in folders without actually clicking on the folder. Like you can just see like maybe 4 images stacked on top of each other in a folder. And so that'd actually be pretty neat to see in the Finder app. But same thing goes for macOS Tahoe. You're going to be getting that redesigned app shape. It's going to be more circular, more transparent. You're going to be able to focus on your wallpaper more with it, as what Apple's probably going to advertise with it. But watchOS 26 will also probably get the same redesign overhaul. It won't be as big or as bulky as iOS 26, but you will still be getting sort of a more transparent look of your iPhone or a transparent view of your watch. And so definitely something to look forward to. We'll also probably get some more watch faces and a couple of new health apps to go with it. Which, speaking of apps, Apple is also expected to be using AI to possibly maximize the performance of your battery and your battery health. Now, judging from Apple's career with AI the past couple of years, we don't see any new things coming out with AI yet. And Apple probably will release some more stuff about AI and how close they are to cracking the code to Apple Intelligence, but Apple Intelligence right now isn't fully out and possibly won't be fully out until 2026. So 2 years after the initial. Yeah, it's terrible. It's not really that good. But let me know what you guys think about this whole macOS Tahoe and the whole redesign of it being more transparent and being maybe possibly a little bit more minimalistic. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. So yeah, peace out.